advice you need to hear in your 20s if you guys are trying to find your purpose. Because if you guys find your purpose early, especially in your 20s or even in your later 20s, because it's very hard to find your purpose, you're trying to get to know who you are, what you like, what you don't like. And once you figure that out, life is going to be way more happier for you. It's going to be more fulfilling. You're going to be successful if you utilize it too correctly. Exactly the blueprint of how to find your purpose, because at the end of the day, you're only going to know deep inside your soul whether this is your purpose or not. Keep hearing it everywhere, like find your purpose, discover your purpose. Honestly, nobody really tells you how to do it, and it's hard to do it by yourself, if anything. The truth is, with your purpose, it's not going to be handed to you by your boss. It's not going to be handed to you by your friends, your family, none of that. You have to kind of just figure it out on your own by going through certain life experiences. And underneath that experience, underneath probably some of the pain you might get along with it, a lot of hard work and effort that you're probably going to strive for. These are the 8 steps I would implement if I'm trying to search for my life purpose, especially in my early 20s. One, you're going to have to suffer for something, meaning in reality, if you're not willing to suffer for it, it's probably not your purpose. We're not talking like a life or death kind of moment, whether you really put your heart and soul into it, whether you're willing to suffer for it. So your real purpose is really going to be hidden behind what you're willing to endure. So those late nights that you want to keep up because you love it so much, because you're so passionate about it and you want to keep doing it. If you get rejected for like a few moments at a time, for instance, for me, if you're fitness and you get injured, maybe it's a setback. Maybe if you're an artist, they don't like your artwork, but maybe it's only their perspective. You're doing firefighter, police, and physically you can't complete the challenges, but you keep practicing until you get to that point in time where you can actually do the job and do it the best, better than anybody else on the field. Even when you're bored, you're gonna end up doing it. It's usually the grind that like breaks most people, but you're still willing to endure it because that's what you love doing. To kind of ask yourself what pain you're willing to endure to go through it over and over again. And that matters immensely, because the difference is if you're only chasing something that's only for fun or it's easy, that's just a hobby. That's not really your passion. Your passion, your purpose is really what you would do even when it kind of sucks. Number 2, it's really important to stop kind of looking for like a lightning bolt as if it's gonna like hit you out of the blue and hit you out of nowhere, like those old school movies from like the 70s and 80s, and somehow they still survive. If you want to wait for some magical moment, especially in your early 20s, to kind of hit you out the blue, it's probably not going to happen like that. Maybe in certain cases, you might flip a switch in your mind where you realize like how much you love it, but because you came so used to it, you don't think about it at first. Sometimes like a sign, a breakthrough, an epiphany might happen out of the blue, but usually with purpose, it doesn't come with thinking, actually doing and trying different things. That's why it's important. You can't just stay stuck on one specific matter. So if you're used to playing sports, growing up, deviated from that, and now they want to do something else with their life. Maybe if you grew up in a household with parents that have government jobs, maybe you don't even want to do that. Maybe you want to be more creative, do online stuff. Maybe you want to have your own business and invest in stocks or want to do real estate. Completely different. Especially in your early 20s, you want to try everything. So I'm talking about like do different things, like do fitness, start journaling, start reading and delving in different topics and different businesses, build things. They're going to fall apart and then you're going to build it up again and then they're probably going to fall apart again. Help people and then whatever way you actually enjoy helping people. But I will tell you this, if you keep sitting on the couch or at home and you overthink your purpose, you're not getting anything done. That's one of the worst things you can do. And that's happened to a lot of close people around us where they overthink their purpose or what they love doing, and then they just don't end up doing anything. You're not hurting anybody but yourself at the end of the day, right? All that clarity you want is gonna come from the movement. As you do that movement, the purpose kind of just flows in your mind. Between that purpose, that action has to be taken, because if you don't take that action, you're gonna run through life so quick, it's gonna be 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. You're gonna be in your 40s and 50s and talking about, hey man, if I could have gone back, I wish I could have gone back, I would have done things differently. Nobody wants to be in that specific spot. 3, this is really important because this is almost everything for you. So you want to follow your energy, because energy and how you feel about certain things is the absolute truth. Specific times you really want to ask yourself, like, what do you rant about, like, without even noticing? What topics do you bring up around your friends and your family that you don't even realize because you love talking about it so much? So that would be one idea. What problems piss you off enough to fix it? Like I said prior, if you're an artist, maybe your paintbrush fails, the paint you're using dries up too quick. Now you want to fix the problem and try to find better paintbrushes, better paint. If you're in fitness, you want a bigger back, but you don't know how to develop it. Now you got to fix your eating habits, specific exercise you got to fix. Whatever lights and ignites that fire inside of you, even when you're tired, when you're exhausted and you don't want to do shit, that can be really your main purpose. That can be really striving for your purpose, but you don't realize it. Gravitate that energy, what really fulfills you, what lights you up inside, the alignment. Your purpose is naturally what you normally gravitate toward. I know it doesn't sound like the coolest thing, but that's normally how you find your purpose as well. Number 4, who do you want to help? Purpose isn't just about you. Most people think your purpose is only about you. It's not about you at all. It's a part of you, but it's also part what you're called to do for others because you're so good at it. To really ask, who do I feel a deep need to help? And you could have gone through that same life experience because you know how they felt. Whose struggles really feel personal to you? Maybe if you grew up around a household who didn't know how to fix anything and then you were the ones who actually ended up fixing everything around the house. Maybe you grew up around alcoholics and you figured out some way to help them keep sober. I would always go back and think about it 10, 15 years ago, even 5 years ago. Basically who you were and how you can help the people now that are in your same spot. Were you shy, a bad artist? Were you a bad communicator? Now all of a sudden you're speaking in front of millions. That could be your purpose. Your purpose doesn't only benefit you. Everybody in this world has some type of gift. We might all think alike, we all might act alike at certain moments, we all might eat the same things, but we all specifically have our own gift in life, which we're supposed to serve to other people to make life easier for each other. Purpose, like I said, shouldn't only benefit you. It lifts someone else out the dark that were in your same position and in your same shoes, and now you're pretty much on the right track to filling your purpose and helping out others too that were in your same spot. This one's very important. This one kind of ties with the last one. Number 5 is scars. A shortcut to your purpose. Find like an easier path. This is probably one of the easiest ways I could really think of for you to find your purpose. You got to start with the deepest pain you grew up with, you guys. When you were young, maybe 7, 8, 9 years old, maybe even prior to that, specific deep pain that you couldn't get rid of at one point and it really bothered you. Did you grow up maybe feeling invisible? Did you overcome some type of anxiety, maybe loss? Did you have some type of addiction you got rid of? Did life break you at one specific moment, whatever you were doing, and then you survived it somehow? I know a lot of kids that used to get bullied, and now because of that, now they're in the MMA, now they're boxing professionally. One way that life taught them, you know, don't ever stay down. Stand up for yourself. Not saying it's gonna be your way, your purpose, but that's just one instance. Usually with our pains growing up, it's not pointless. None of our pains, our scars, our wounds that we went through as kids, they're not pointless. There's a specific reason, and that reason is really your superpower that you don't even realize. And when you have it, they give you really the authority to help others heal at a faster rate than you did because now you have the information that they seek. Everything you have, everything you went through is what they need. You need to kind of provide it to them as well. So whatever hurt you the most, basically, in layman's terms, maybe the very best thing that you're meant to lead others for. Number 6, don't wait for permission, because at the end of the day, your own sense of validation is the most important thing you can really do for yourself. You know why? Because no one is coming to say to you, I'm telling you right now, nobody's coming to say to you, hey, this is your purpose. Go through it, go live through it. Your friends, your family, strangers, nobody's coming to say to you that. You're not gonna be on a podcast and all of a sudden you're gonna think about it. You're gonna be like, oh wow, I gotta go through this purpose. This is my life purpose. Because usually with purpose, it's not really granted, it's claimed. That's why I mentioned the scars prior. It's earned, and then you decide whether you wanna take the action on it, show up every single day and help change millions of lives. But at the same time, you don't wait for anybody's permission whether to take action on your purpose or not. Whatever small scenarios that you experienced growing up, I'm telling you right now, that all leads up to your purpose. I'm gonna break it down to kind of like a simpler version. As easy and simple as I can put this, I hope I'm putting this as simple as easy. Usually with your life purpose, whatever is easy for you but comes hard for others, useful and purposeful for the world. A really good book called Ikigai. So usually the overlap, what you love, what you're good at, what people need, and what you can get paid for at the same time, because if you can't get paid for it, I will say a lot of people make that mistake. It's kind of just to offer your purpose for free. Listen, your purpose is a gift, but you need to get paid for it, because if not, how are you going to support yourself? Imagine living a life where you give away whatever your purpose is for free. It sucks because you're just giving away free knowledge, but you should be getting paid for that because that's what your passion is. Your knowledge about it, you're good at it. It's the offer you're giving to other people. So really the sweet spot, that's the purpose in like real world terms. This is going to be my last point. Number 8, yes, you have one. You have one, I have one, we all have one. We all have a purpose. We all have a gift. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Whatever experiences, all those small experiences you have growing up, all the pains, all the effort you put into it as you grew up, there was a gift placed inside of you, right? Placed in you by God, by the universe, whatever you believe in. but you have it. Some of us were made to teach kids, coach some classes. Some of us were born to heal, so that's why you have like doctors, nurses, orthopedics, acupuncturists. Some to lead. The mayor, you see sergeants, principals, the CEO, presidents, entrepreneurs. But one thing is universal, I promise you this. Your gift is not for you alone. It's meant to be given away. It's meant for you to practice over and over time again, and as the years get by, you get better at it. And the more you use it for others, the more fulfilled, focused, and powerful you're gonna end up becoming. And even wealthy if you apply everything correctly. If you're feeling lost, like you're meant for something more, but you don't know how to get there, and you can't see it yet, you need to start moving, you need to start building, you need to start serving, you need to start having those flashbacks of your past, of what happened and what you learned from it. Because you're not gonna just randomly wake up with your purpose. You probably already lived through it, you just don't realize it.